Okay. Okay. I think we are live now. Right. Hello and welcome to my 500th video. I am Garion, also known as Garion Reaver, and this is the live FAQ&A. Right. First things first, there's quite a delay between me actually saying it and it appearing on the video. It seems to be about 30 seconds, so I hope you'll understand if there are these delays. So let's crack on. The way this is going to work is I will take questions from the live chat, and then when I upload this video later, I'll edit it so that the questions appear on screen. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to read them off. Please don't post spam, because I don't appreciate spam. I also have a series of ready-made questions from comments and just general stuff people have asked me in the past. So if there is a lull at any point, I will refer to them. I apologise if I wave my hands quite a bit. I tend to use my hands quite a lot when I'm talking. Have you met Ezio? Ezio is my friend. Anyway, right. Cracking on with the first question. The first question I got just before we started, actually, so I wrote it down. What made you get into Pokey sins? And, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be trying to read off names because I will fail and it will be embarrassing on this live broadcast. So, what made me get into Pokey sins? Fucking dogs. One moment. Neighbours' dogs. Noisy things. Right. What made me get into Pokey sins? Well, when was it? Must have been the summer before last. I was talking to a couple of friends, and they told me that they'd recently started rewatching the old Pokemon anime. So I started rewatching it as well, because it had been years since I watched it. And I found myself mocking it a lot. Just, I'd pause the video and I would say the things, essentially the exact same things that I put in the videos themselves. And around that time I was watching a lot of Cinema Sins, and I thought, well, I have all of these jokes I can make, and the Cinema Sins style would allow me to get it out in a way that people might actually watch. So I put together, I edited it out, and it became Pokey sins, and then eventually I decided I should make it my own, and I did. Next, I will never do a Pokemon movie. Skullshirtigal TCG has done most of the movies, and he's going to continue doing the movies, and he's very good at it. Go watch his if you want to see the movies, because I won't be doing them. Sorry about that. I am 22 years old. My birthday's the 16th of November. I usually do a special, and I've done two, actually. And I've said, like, my birthday then, so you don't have to try and remember. They're available in the channel specials playlist. What is my favourite Pokemon? Skarmory. I love Skarmory. Just that metal bird. Then there's like Cyndaquil. Yeah, Cyndaquil. Steel types. I can't think of any on the spot now. I did think of them. Yeah, there does seem to be a little bit of lag now that I'm looking at it, but it's not too much. The camera I'm using I bought, and it's not very good. I'm disappointed in it. So, what inspired me to do YouTube? I don't actually remember, if I'm honest. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. And it was... Oh, I can't remember what year I was in. It must have been in lower 6th or upper 6th, one or the other. of sixth form, and I was playing a lot of Minecraft around that time, and I thought, well, why don't I record it? I've seen Minecraft videos. I don't remember who I was watching at the time. The only one I can think of from back then, because I hadn't heard of the Yogscast back then, was AK Spartan Killer, who I've since gone off, but he was the only one I can remember watching back then, but I wouldn't say he inspired me to do it. So I got Fraps, got Audacity. Oh, no, sorry, I wasn't using Audacity back then. I used Audacity a few years later. But yes, I got Fraps, recorded the Red Merc Mystery, Minecraft Mysteries, but it wasn't until I started doing the 3 Moniteers with Evan and Ryan that I really started YouTubing properly. Right. I have no idea. Someone said, what do you think of Goodra? I have no idea what that is. Sorry. What Pokemon do I hate? I don't hate many Pokemon, actually. I'm not keen on Mr. Mime. Wow, I didn't even know I felt like that until it came out of my mouth. But yeah, no, I'm not too keen on Mr. Mime. He's odd. He's a bit too humanoid for my liking. But apart from that, I don't really dislike any that I can think of right now, at least. Would you ever do a Pokesyn style series for any other anime? Maybe. Maybe I would, but at the moment, with my 4 gaming series and Pokesyns and the fact that it's not a full-time job, I don't have time to do any other things. I mean, it's hard enough doing the number of Pokesyns I am, because that's going to be increasing with the unreleased episodes for the Patreon and making sure that I do one every 10 days, whether it's released on here or on Dailymotion. So conceivably, yes. If I was going to do another one, it would probably be Digimon, because that's the only other one that I really have nostalgia for. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. I can't stand it. Well, I say I've never watched it. I've watched a little bit, couldn't stand it. What is your favourite co-op series that you've done? That is a very tough one. I'd say Payday. The one I'm doing right now. Because it's... Well, with each one, I develop new things to do with it. New styles, new techniques. And I'm playing with the split focus at the moment, and I really like it. And if it wasn't so much bloody faff, I would probably do it for Age of Decay as well. But unfortunately, that isn't an option, as there are 4 of us, and there is so much faff involved. It is insane. Yes, there's a creeper behind me. This is Ezio. Oh, sorry. This is Ezio. He hasn't shown up much because I used to do these live news videos, but I stopped doing them because it was too much faff and I didn't have a decent webcam, even vaguely. But he appeared on all of the live news videos I did, him with his little socks, and Desmond, of course. But he hasn't appeared in much. I'm making references to him in Papers, Please, but I think the references are going over people's heads because, well, nobody's heard of him. What editing software do you use? I use 2 different softwares. I use Serif Movie Plus X6, which is awful. I'm sorry, it used to be so good. I used it for like 2 years, or X5 and then X6, and I used them for years, and they were amazing. They were much better than the Movie Plus. Not is it Movie? No, it's not Movie Plus. I'm talking about Movie Plus. The Windows one, Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, that's awful. But Movie Plus 6 was good until suddenly it started wrecking all of my videos. All of my gaming videos were ruined. So now I just use that for G-Logs and Pokesyns because it's much better for the very, very precise cutting that I need to do for Pokesyns. But for all of my gaming stuff, I use Adobe Premiere Elements 13. And that is much better for that. Still a bit of teething trouble. I'm not quite as confident on it as I am on Movie Plus. On Pokesyns 21, did I cry when Butterfree left? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't quite. I felt the feels, as it were, but I didn't cry. But it was very well done. I reckon I cried the first time I watched it when I was a kid, but not this time. And you got to remember that because of my plus or minus writing, scripting stuff, I have to watch the episode like 3 times before it actually gets to the editing stage. So there's a lot of time to climatize to the tragedy, as it were. Favorite Pokemon episode so far? Surprisingly, I'm going to go with Tentacool and Tentacruel. It did have everything, and I'm really surprised it got such a low score. I think it was all the guns and the violence and the death and the explosions and the mass murder. But apart from that, it was really good. It did have everything, and that's it's impressive. Gudra is leaving in the XY saga. I have no idea who or what a Gudra is. I've not seen any of the anime after a little bit of Advanced Generation, so I have no knowledge about that at all. Sorry about that. Right. How did I come up with the name Garion Reaver? This the name Garion Reaver is an amalgamation of, or I think the term is portmanteau, something like that. It's 2 words put together, Garion and Reaver. Excuse me. Garion and Reaver. And they both come from 2 series of books called The Belgariad and The Malorian. I actually have one right here. The Belgariad and the Malorian. This is the first book of the Belgariad, and they're 2 series of 5 books with the Malorian coming out of the Belgariad. And they are the book series from which my name comes, Garion. That is actually my real name. And Garion is a character, Garion is a character, and Reaver is a place. So Garion, Reaver, paying homage to my name. And that's where Garion Reaver comes from. The 1 is because it used to be a password for an account that I stopped using a long time ago. Can't remember what account it was, but that was my password, and then I started using it as a username, and now it just looks weird if I put an I instead of a 1, but it is pronounced as an I. Do you think Bill is creepy? Yes. Yes, well, not in the games. In the games, he's just standoffish and a bit arrogant, but in the TV show, he is a creepy son of a bitch. Just the face he always has freaks me out. Gives me shivers. How do you do the pluses and minus for an episode? What I do is I watch through the episode and I script it. I sit there, I watch it because I've got my desktop and I've got a laptop that I use for writing. So I watch it on the desktop and I write it on the laptop. And I write the pluses and minus, say the time that it occurs, and do that for the episode, and that gives me a total. And then I just use that, and I copy and paste that writing directly into the editor to get the captions, so I don't get the typos I got in my early episodes that people will not shut the hell up about. But yes, moving on. Are there any video games you're excited about? Not, to be honest, not really, no. GTA 5. GTA 5 is coming out in about 2 weeks. I pre-ordered it along with a few of my friends, and I cannot bloody wait. It is going to be so good. Excuse me, bloody hell. I'm really looking forward to that, but that's about it as far as video games go. I don't tend to buy new ones. If a new Fallout comes out, I'll pre-order that. If a new Dishonored comes out, I will pre-order that. But anything else, I pretty much wait until it gets cheap. And GTA 5 was just because I have no self-control. Right. Do you play any trading card games? No. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in school, but I haven't played that in years. I used to collect the Pokemon trading cards, and I still have a box of like 600 of the things, but I don't have anything in that later than Johto, I think. But I've not collected them for a very long time. But no, I don't actually play any trading card games at all, not even Cards Against Humanity. Did you think your channel would get this big, and if not, how do you feel about it? This is a difficult one for me to answer. Because it's 10,000, which is pretty much what I'm at now, isn't a stay at level, if that makes sense. I never thought, oh, I can't wait, I hope my channel will one day get to 10,000 subs and I will be happy. The way YouTubing works is you get lucky. And I'm very sorry, but that is the key to YouTubing. You have to get lucky. You have to do the thing that people want to see. And in my case, that's Pokesins. And that brought me up from 100 to 5,000 in 1 year. And from 5,000 to 10,000 in about 4 months. I hope to get to 25,000 by the end of the year. But after that, I intend to keep going. And I see no reason why I can't get to these higher levels if I continue to do Pokesins, if I continue to improve my gaming stuff. I want to do more gaming crossovers with people, because at the moment, yes, a lot of my fans are Pokesins fans, and I'm going to combine this with another question I already had written down. Why do I still do gaming videos when Pokesins is so much more popular? And it's because I love gaming. I'm a gamer, and this channel is a gaming channel that also does Pokesins. And while I love having so many Pokesins fans, I want gaming fans as well. And they're more... I'm not going to say they're more important. Excuse me. But they're what I really want to build on. And I want to get more gaming fans in. And that's why I keep encouraging people to watch my gaming videos. Why I continue doing 4 gaming series, because I want to be a gaming channel, and Pokesins is just something I do as well. Will we see more of the G-God? No, you will almost certainly never see the G-God again. The G-God, yeah, this is an old reference. The G-God was in my first 10 videos, I think, and I was playing around on Gary's mod with Evan. And we were on a public server, and for some reason it glitched, and I got admin powers. Don't ask, I have no idea. But I used it to torment Evan. And unfortunately, the videos were copyright infringement lawsuits waiting to happen, so I removed them because I just had tons of music on them that I had no rights to. Because, hey, I was new to it, I didn't know better, but with all this Pokesin stuff, I thought, it's really not worth the risk of keeping it on my channel, so I deleted it. So no more G-God, sorry about that. Are you planning any new series? No. 5 series is more than enough for me. To be honest, I'm lying. Yes. Well, I'm not lying, I'm wrong. Yes, there is one more series, but it's not a proper series, it's not a full ongoing series like the 5 I have. It's going to be an occasional series of one-off gaming videos. But I'm waiting for the right game to come along for me to start it. And I couldn't start it before this video came out because it's just freaking dumb luck that it came out on a Sunday, which is just perfect for me, so I could do it in place of my G-Log. But that series, I'm not going to say much more about it. It's just one-off gaming videos coming within a few weeks. I'm looking forward to that. Have I seen him on Minecraft? I assume that's referring to Herobrine. No, he doesn't exist. Sorry. Is Ezio wearing socks? Where do you get creeper socks? Yes, Ezio is a creeper who wears socks. That's why he's so quiet. And I had them specially made for him by a friend of my mother's who agreed to make socks for my creeper. and the hat for Desmond, but she didn't make the hat. I just had the hat. Don't ask where I got it. Desmond-sized woolly hat. Yes. Right. What's your background? I am English, if you didn't already know, and funnily enough, there are some people who can't quite tell where I'm from by my accent. But yes, I'm English. I grew up in Lincolnshire. I'm not going to go into any more specific detail about where, but I don't have a Lincolnshire accent whatsoever, and I'm very proud of that. I studied creative writing at university for 3 years, and I graduated in June. And I have been doing YouTubing for 4 years. And I cannot think of any other background that's important. I have some Irish ancestors. I'm over a quarter Irish. But I refer to myself as English. I don't like being called British because I always feel that there are negative connotations, particularly in America. That British as these people with terrible teeth and, oh yeah, we are very posh and stuff. Yeah, I prefer English. But some people say that English has negative connotations these days. And to be honest, show me a country that doesn't. Right, what else? Oh, the Dragonite Cloud. This is probably one of the most common comments I get. And it's on the Mystery at the Lighthouse Pokesins, the Dragonite Cloud. I saw it. I saw the Dragonite Cloud was there. It was incredibly obvious. All those people who say, has anyone else seen this? Without actually reading the comments to see that everybody else has seen this. I saw it as well. And this is back in the time before Plusles existed. If Plusles had existed back then, I would have given it a Plusle for that Dragonite Cloud because they didn't draw reference. They didn't draw attention to it. It was just there in the background. And it was a beautiful little thing to say, it's still out there. It's, you know, it's in the wind, as it were. So I saw the Dragonite Cloud. Please stop asking whether I saw it or whether anybody else saw it. Everybody's seen it. It's very obvious. It would have a Plusle, and that's why in the updated scoreboard, I gave it a Plusle for that. No, I can't speak any Irish. Sorry, somebody asked, can you say something in Irish? I don't speak any Irish at all. I have Irish ancestors, but I don't speak any Irish at all. Oh, another Pokeson's comment that irritates me. Gary driving in episode 1. He isn't driving. Look at the thing. He is not driving. I should have got a screenshot ready. He isn't driving. Actually, I'm going to very quickly get a screenshot of this. Yes, he doesn't drive. People always say, oh, why is Gary driving? He's 10 years old. Why is he driving? He isn't driving. He's sitting in the car when somebody else drives off. There. I'm going to get a screenshot of this. And I'm going to put it on the stream because I can do that. Here. I don't know if my mic was running during that. So, yes, there. Gary is not driving. He's sitting in the back, waving as he's driven away. So, yes, he isn't a 10-year-old driving. He's a 10-year-old with a driver. Glad that's sorted. Do I have any pets? No, technically I don't have any pets. My parents have a couple of pets, who I see a lot, and that's how I got this scratch. But no, I don't have any pets. Evan, Garion, Ryan. Got any friends called Kieran for the rhyme? I don't have any friends called Kieran. I have a cousin called Kieran, but no friends called Kieran. Just realised you couldn't really see that scratch. Sorry, it's that delay. Right. Do I intend to cover other seasons of Pokemon? Yes, I do. For the unreleased Patreon episodes, for people who pledge $10 or more, I'll be doing a later season of Pokesins that will go on, public when I reach that point. I won't say what later season that is. That's for them only. But I do intend to continue Pokesins into the other seasons. Of course, it's going to take me frickin' ages to get there, but I'm a long-term plan kind of guy, as I keep telling people, so I don't mind waiting. So if I can do one every 10 days, then I can get approximately 36 episodes a year, and I'll be at the Origin Islands within a couple of years. Oh, God. Do I think I will ever get to 1 million subs? I like to think so. I'd say that's quite a way off, at least if Pokesins doesn't explode again. But I think it's possible for me to get to 1 million, especially if I can get some gaming subs as well. But I'd say it's possible. After Pokemon, will you start a different TV show? I highly doubt that I will get to an after Pokemon, because if it's 36 a year, 52 if I start doing them weekly. See my Patreon for that, linked in the description. That will be years. Even 50 a year, it's still looking at like 3 years before I get through Johto or something. So, yeah. Can I add you on Skype, Steam, Facebook, etc.? Steam, you can add me on Steam. If you can find me on Steam, you can add me on Steam, with the one condition that you join the Tuapio Steam group. If you join the Tuapio Steam group and you aren't adding me to trade or spam, then I have no problem with it. If you want to help me with my achievement farms, which I've sort of been slacking on recently, but I plan to go back to, add the achievement farm, and again join the Tuapio Steam group. So I've no problem with adding me on Steam. I see that as my public face, so I'll play games with you, not all the time, but occasionally. So I don't have a problem with that. Skype, I'd rather you not add me on Skype unless we have work to do with each other, because I have my personal Skype, I have my business Skype, and I don't want either of them to be cluttered with people I don't know. That sounds a bit mean, but my personal one, I don't want anybody I don't know on there, and my work one, I don't want to be in a Skype call recording something and having a load of people going, "Hey Garion, hi, how are you?" So I'd rather you not add me on Skype unless we have work to do with each other. Facebook, please don't add me at all. Tuapio has a Facebook group, by all means like that, but my Facebook is my private personal Facebook, and I don't add anyone I don't know at all on there, so please don't go looking for me on Facebook. How long do you think this channel will go on for? Let's see, I've got a life expectancy of a long time. It's going to go on for a long time. I have no plans of stopping my channel whatsoever. It's been going for about 4 years, and I'm about hitting my stride. So I plan on continuing for a long time. Don't expect the end of Garion Reaver unless I have some kind of untimely death or I lose my accent. Let's see. Any tips for new YouTubers? To be honest, I could do a whole series of videos on tips for new YouTubers, because I started and I'm still learning new tricks. I've had several friends who've started channels, including Guardsman111, who is a member of Tuapio, Thorn16, who features on a lot of my videos and does payday videos of his own, and I know lots of other people who've started channels. And my main tips would be Plan ahead. Don't just upload like 5 videos in one day. Space it out, record a lot in one go, or whatever, however you want to do it, but don't release more than one a day for a start until you are pretty big, because you won't be able to sustain it, and sustainability is the game. Make sure you have good quality audio. Use Audacity, it's a free program. Fraps costs, but it is the best gaming recording thing out there. Try and get something other than Movie Maker if you can, but again, they cost. Premiere is freaking expensive, but an investment for me. How long does it take to make an episode of Pokey? I'd say hours, including scripting time. I'm cutting that time down. I'm coming up with new techniques every time I make one to cut off just like a few minutes. And the last one hours, but it takes a long time. By comparison, I can do an episode of Papers, Please in 20 minutes. 30 minutes including recording. GVA about 2 hours, and that's for like 5 episodes. Age of Decay about the same. It's a hell of a lot slower than my other videos, which is why there's such a ratio of gaming to Pokey. What was the first game you have played and your favourite game? The first game I played, I have no freaking idea. I've been playing games for a long time. There's Civ 2 Test of Time, that's one I remember. Settlers. Settlers 2, that is. I don't remember exactly, though, what the first one I played was. And my favourite game is Fallout New Vegas. I love Fallout New Vegas. Best game ever, and it's part of why I started doing the Garion Reaver versus the Apocalypse series, so that I could play these post-apocalyptic games, which is my favourite genre. And that's my favourite game. Second favourite, reasonably close, is Dishonored. Let's see. Answered all of them. Oh yes. Do this trick to avoid copyright issues. I'm going to just cut you off there. Pretty much none of the tricks you tell me work. They're all misconceptions. Disclaimers have no effect. Saying, oh, I do not own this. Yeah, I know this is a disclaimer, but has no effect. Putting any kind of thing on the video has no effect. I'm trying the flip the video trick. I'm trying it on the next episode of Pokey. That I'm trying that, and if it gets flagged, then that's disproven as well. So, yeah, just most of the tricks that people think to beat copyright don't work. Just warning you now. Will I ever do a Fallout New Vegas series? I really, 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 really hope so. It was in a vote. It was in the same vote as the Garion Reaver versus Borderlands, but it came second or third. At the end of GVA Wasteland 2, assuming I continue the GVA series, it will be in that vote. And I would love to do a modded playthrough of that, because I love that game and the mods with it are fantastic. And I've played, it is my second most played game on Steam at about 306 hours, I think. And that's for 2.5 playthroughs. I've already answered my favourite Pokemon. Yes, I am part of the Illuminati, but you didn't hear it from me. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, do I have your permission to redub Pokesins in another language? No, you do not. So far, there have been 2 people. One has requested it, the other just did it. to redub Pokey in their native language. That is a breach of copyright to do so without my permission, and I do not give you permission. Maybe in the future it's something I will consider, but for now, no. Sorry. What music do you listen to in general? It varies. At the moment I'm not listening to a lot of music. To be honest, I'm doing too much bloody work to listen to music, but Miracle of Sound I love. He's an absolute genius. 3 Days Grace and Rise Against are probably my favourite, typical bands. I used to be really into Godsmack, and that's sort of coming back again. But I don't listen to much outside of my box. I don't tend to experiment with different music. I find the ones I like and I listen to them ad nauseum. Do you enjoy doing Pokestins or just for the money? Well, the money's nice, but it isn't enough to live on. So it's definitely got to be that I enjoy it. I frickin' love Pokestins. It is immense fun to take the flaming piss out of an episode of Pokemon. This, the most light-hearted, bright TV show. One of the most light-hearted, bright TV shows out there. And just to tear it a new one several times over. Oh, so much fun. So I do it because I enjoy it. And I'm glad other people enjoy it as well. Do you think of YouTube as just a job for money or a place to communicate with the people that enjoy watching you? Mostly the latter. I see it as a way to express myself and try and spread entertainment and laughter. And the fact that it now earns me money, it hasn't for about 3 years. I've only been earning money for the last 6 months. And I've only really had a fan base for the last year. Year? Year? No, not year. I've only really had a fan base for the last 6 months actually. Yeah, so it's not just a job. It's not just a way to communicate with you. It's a way to express myself, and the fact that I get your feedback is amazing as well. And I think that's all the questions I have. Oh, no, one more here. Do you hate Pokemon? I think I've already answered that one on this thing. No, I don't hate Pokemon. Why would I spend so much time watching it and mocking it and playing with it? And no, I don't hate Pokemon. Don't be silly. Will you be increasing the frequency of your live streaming in the future? I certainly want to. I want to play through Mafia 2 because it doesn't deserve its own series. And I want to do that on Twitch because this live streaming isn't too bad. It's more the massive bloody gap between me saying it and it appearing on screen. So I'm going to click again when I see myself click on the live public stream. And that'll show you just the distance between them. It's something like 30 seconds. It is ridiculous. Oh. There. That's the gap. That's what I have to work with on this. You don't have that gap on Twitch. It's much smaller. I live stream on Twitch for gaming. This is just because I wanted to make sure as many people as possible were here. First Pokemon game I played, Pokemon Blue. Shortly after it came out. My sister got Yellow, I got Blue. Oh no, it couldn't have been shortly after it came out because Yellow came out later. But yes, I played Blue, and I played the first 3 gens. I had a DS, but it sort of broke in half when I dropped it off my bed. But I recently completed Alpha Sapphire. Let's see. Could you give us a list or a file of the mods you're using in Age of Decay? It is FTB Monster, available on the FTB launcher, plus the optional Blood Magic. It's in there as a by default disabled mod. Enable it, and you've got exactly the same mod pack as me. Would you make YouTube a full-time job if possible? I certainly would. I enjoy it that much. And despite what people think, it is a freaking hard job to do. All of the editing and faff and stuff. It's a very hard job, and I would make it my full-time job if it paid enough. Would you play a Pokemon MMO? No, I wouldn't. I don't like MMOs much. PlanetSide 2 is sort of a shooter MMO. That one's alright, but I can't take too much of that. And a Pokemon MMO, I would probably not pay. I can't stand World of Warcraft, and I haven't played an MMO properly since RuneScape. And that was at least 10 years ago. At least? Maybe. No, I was in secondary school. So yeah, probably about 6 years ago I played RuneScape, and I've not really played an MMO since. Do you know any Pokemon theories? I've read the War, the Raticate, the Mew under the truck. I've tested the Mew under the truck on Pokemon Red, and nothing freaking happened. But yeah, there are lots of Pokemon theories out there, and I make some references to them in PokeSins. And I think that's pretty much all the time we have. We've been going for a bit longer than I expected. I only planned to go for half an hour, and I've gone for 40 minutes. So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for watching. I love the turnout we've had, and I didn't expect to be answering questions solidly, which I've pretty much been doing. So that was good. If you want to see this sort of thing again, let me know in the comments, and I will do another one. Remember that there is a Patron reward. Yes, I'm going to mention my Patreon again. I have a Patron reward, $25 or more, and you get a 20-minute Skype call with me, and we can sort of do this, but on a very personal level. I can answer your questions directly and avoid them slightly less discreetly. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you want to see more of this, let me know, and I can do another live FAQ&A. So, I did try and get the Fever music from my end hub to play over this, but I couldn't work out how the hell to do it in time, and then I realised I had 2 minutes left until we were supposed to air. So, you know, learn to walk before you pilot the Hindenburg type deal. So, right. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you everyone who's turned up. Thank you everyone who's asked questions. If you are watching this after the fact, thank you for taking the time to watch through this long video. I expected this to be a lot shorter than it was, but thank you very much. And from Ezio, Desmond, and me, Garion Reaver, catch you later. And how do I stop the... Bye.